Couple found guilty of manslaughter of 8-year-old Ayesha Ali. Kiki Mutter turned her partner, Polly Chowdhury, against her own daughter because she saw the girl as a threat. A mother and her lover have been found guilty of killing an 8-year-old girl who had suffered more than 40 injuries, including a bite mark and carpet burns. Polly Chowdhury, 35, and Kiki Mutter, 43, were on trial at the Old Bailey for the murder of Chowdhury's daughter, Ayesha Ali, at their home in Chadwell Heath, East London, in August 2013. The jury cleared them of murder, but found them guilty of manslaughter. Both women held their heads in their hands as the verdicts were delivered on that time. On the morning of August 29, 2013, Mutter dialed 999 to report Chowdhury had tried to kill herself in the bath, and that Ayesha was dead. Paramedics discovered the child, cold and stiff in her bedroom, dressed only in her underwear. Although the cause of her death was a head injury, she had suffered more than 40 injuries. Chowdhury had left a series of notes appearing to admit the killing, saying, "I have taken my life and Ayesha's life." But in their investigation, police discovered evidence implicating Mutter in Ayesha's death. The Old Bailey heard that Mutter had invented a cast of fictitious characters on Facebook and in text messages, including someone called Jimmy and a Muslim spirit guide called Skyman, which she used to seduce Chowdhury and turn her against her daughter. Giving evidence in her defense, Chowdhury told the court she never once doubted that they were real at the time, and that she believed her dead grandfather was the spirit guide, communicating via text. Chowdhury told jurors, "I believe now that the way Kiki Mutter was sending these messages, she knew she was going to get a reaction from me." Mutter, who claimed to work as an engineer for the Olympics, expressed her hatred for the child in a series of phone calls and texts, of which she kept copies. The court heard she elicited sympathy by pretending to be fighting cancer, and even blamed Ayesha for making her cancer worse. She told Chowdhury, an administrative worker for solicitors, that Ayesha was evil and had bad blood, and repeatedly encouraged her to discipline the child. In a recorded phone conversation with a friend the month before the killing, Mutter described Ayesha as a pure evil and a witch and threatened to drown her in the bath. Days before the killing, the couple terrorized Ayesha in the night by taking it in turns to wear a scary mask. A neighbor heard her screaming, sobbing, and then pleading with her mother, "Amma, I don't want to be bad, Amma. Amma, I don't want to be bad." Chowdhury and Mutter also made her write a list of things she had done wrong, which included huffing and puffing, telling lies, and being rude. After Ayesha's death, Mutter reacted dismissively when she told a paramedic she was a naughty child and Mum thought she was possessed by the devil. Mutter, who was diagnosed with a borderline narcissistic personality disorder, refused to give evidence but claimed to be at her parents' house on the night the little girl died, although a pathologist said she could have been killed hours before she left. Chowdhury wept in court as she described how Mutter was giving Ayesha a cold bath as punishment for wetting herself around the time she received her fatal injury. Earlier, she said she had found Mutter with her foot on the girl's chest in the bathroom, but after pushing her off, she went back to job hunting on her computer in the living room. Ayesha's father, Afsar Ali, 35, said he would never forgive his former wife for falling under the spell of their neighbor when she should have been keeping their child from harm. Mutter had befriended Chowdhury when they lived next door. Chowdhury's husband, Afsar Ali, moved the family to get away from her influence, but Mutter followed and caused the breakdown of the marriage. The two women are to be sentenced on Friday. Speaking outside court on Wednesday, Detective Sergeant Andy Nimmo said, Ayesha Ali was an innocent and defenseless 8-year-old child, caught up in a bizarre set of circumstances and manipulated by two adults who were intent on causing her harm. Through social media and text, Mutter created a sophisticated web of lies and deceit which took officers months to unpick. What unraveled was a picture of enormous hatred directed towards Ayesha by both Mutter and Chowdhury. Ayesha should have been able to turn to one person who she could trust, her mother, but Chowdhury had allowed herself to become influenced by Mutter, and together they inflicted serious, emotional, and finally, physical harm on Ayesha. What the motive behind the campaign of abuse was remains unclear. What is painfully clear, however, is that Ayesha had her life taken away in horrible and brutal circumstances. DS Nimo went on to read a statement on behalf of a tearful Mr. Ali, 35, saying, "Over the last few weeks I sat in the courtroom as the truth unfolded. It was not the truth about my princess Ayesha. It was the truth about what they did to my little girl, how they tortured her and took away her life." Ayesha was an amazing little girl, loving, caring, intelligent, and always smiling. She was helpful and considerate to everyone she met. She was a gift of love. I knew that the very moment she came into my world. Nothing will bring Ayesha back. All I have now is happy memories of the past, the joyful moments we have had together. She filled my world with beauty, and I'm going to hold on to that for as long as I live. She was my sunshine, my closest friend.